What's good, fam? I'm gonna show you how to make an Afro beat like this. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we gonna get straight into it. Let's get it. One of the most important things for making Afro beats is sound selection. Now, one thing that I love to use for making Afro beats is Rhodes, electric pianos, harpsichords, just things in that nature, right? So for the first sound, we got this sound on an omnisphere. It's called the crushed tone keys. It's an electric piano, and it sounds like this. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this sound is so fire for real, because literally, I didn't add any effects to it besides the EQ for a high pass, and that's it. All the delay and reverb, that's all in the plugin for real. So, now you might think that this, pattern is a little bit complicated, which, it could be scary, but I'm gonna show you it really isn't once you break it down, okay? Now, this pattern, I played it with my keyboard, I'm getting pretty good at playing out melodies, but if you click in melodies, which I do still, I'm gonna show you how to make something similar to this. So let's get into it. So the basis for the melody is gonna be these chords right here. Right, very simple chords, and literally all that I'm doing is I'm going down the scale with the chords, which we're in C sharp minor. Okay, so to make something similar, I'm gonna show you. So let's do something like this. Let's say I want to work in A minor. Okay, so first I'm gonna start on A. Now I'm gonna go down to B, of course. Now we keep on going down. Now for the last chord, right, we're gonna add a note to give it some tension, which is gonna be G sharp, okay? I think it's called a harmonic minor, I think. I don't even know for real, but it's gonna sound like this. Now that effect makes it sound like a lot more jazzier and just a lot more, I guess, R&B-ish, which is kind of what we, it's kind of what we want to get for this vibe that I'm going for, okay? So now let's keep on going with adding in the passive notes to make it sound a lot more realistic. Now you see how fast I made that? It's a very simple pattern because like I said, it's just chords and adding in the harmonic minors and then adding in the passive notes to make it sound more soulful. So that's pretty much how I made the original melody. Now like I said, just the EQ to cut out the lows. That's very important when making melodies. Make sure you cut them lows. If it's not a bass or something that actually needs lows, okay? Remember that. Now let's see. So if you watched my previous videos, then you know what I'm about to say next, right? What's one of the most useful keys or most useful skills when making the beat? I'm gonna give you, 3 choices. Now, if you say layering, good job. I'm not going to kill you. All right, so yeah, for the next sound, we have another sound within Omnisphere. It's almost like a mallet type of sound. It's called the Music Box Guitar Riff, I think. Now one layer with the Rhodes is gonna sound a lot more punchier and just a lot better for me. So for effects, we have an EQ, then a magic switch, which is a chorus plugin, which is free. So now, of course, we layer again, but not exactly. We're just gonna use it as a pad. So we're gonna make the notes sound a lot more, like longer, I guess, right? So here's what we got right here. We got a pad within, we have a pad within the, We have a pad with the, we got a pad and expand. It's called the mother of all pads, and it's kind of, it kind of provides that warmthness. So this is what it sounds like. Then just the EQ, of course. So usually for the chorus, I love it to be kind of dry for these kinds of beats because I want it to kind of have a more punchier feeling. When you have, pads with a lot of body to it and like a lot of reverb, it kind of softens it up. So that's why I use this pad for the verse to make it, you know, sound different from the chorus. Okay, now we move on to a different sound, okay? So I want to have a lead playing, like a kind of like, it's like a lead, but it's also a key too. But so I got this sound from Atmosphere called Magic Spell Falling Piano. And this one plays, you know, very simple notes. This is what it sounds like. Very simple, okay? Please don't be like me in the beginning when making beats, is to where you will have like 6 different melodies all playing, you know, very complex stuff, because it might sound cool to your ear just listen to it as a beat, but to be honest, bro, like an artist probably won't hop on that. Like, I'm still trying to make my beats a little bit more simpler, but I'm definitely a lot better from, you know, from like last year. So yeah, remember that. For effects, just a stereo enhancer to make it sound more wider. One sound that's popular in Afrobeats are guitars, especially muted guitars. That's why I got this sound out of Contact. I got the electric mint guitar, and I played this kind of melody right here. It sounds like this. When it comes to making counter melodies, I think that you can kind of go, you know, kind of freestyle it for real. I kind of use some of the chords to guide me, but a lot of it was just me, you know, messing with it and playing, you know, what I hear sounds good in my head. Of course, you gotta have vocals, so I use Arcade, and this is the one that I picked out. I got the Blang Bang out of Hook, and it sounds like this. Won't you tell me about it later? Ooh, yeah. So we got a mix of whole vocals mixed with some of the chops just to give us some extra bounce to it. Of course, for EQ for vocals, you got a bandpass preset, then a reverb, of course. Now we got a bass out of Contact. And instead of just playing like, you know, regular lone notes that follows the bass notes of the chords, I wanted to have its own flavor to it. So I give it kind of its own melody to give it some extra bounce. It sounds like this. Last part of the melody, we got a percussion loop, we got a bird texture, then of course a transition, and it all sounds like this. Now let's get into the drums. First we got a kick, which hits like this. Then we add a couple of snares. Now we add some congos and some perks and toms to fill out the drum bounce. Now for that beat, I use 2 shaker loops, one for the verse and then one for the chorus, and they both sound like this. In my opinion, I think that basses can be tricky in Afro beats because you want it to still have that Afro vibe, but still sound, you know, pretty good though. But, you know, I use this bass within Expand called the low frequency bass. It's almost like an 808, but it's not. But it is, but it's not. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it sounds like this. For this one, pretty much I just followed the root notes for the chorus and just added some extra bounce in it. Think of like the song by Tyke and Tiwa Savage called African Sugar. That's actually my inspiration right there. So if you know, you can kind of see where I'm coming from with the bass. And for the rest of the beat, you know, it's just gonna be, you know, drum fills, effects, you know, things of that nature, automation. So I'm gonna show you the full beat in a second. But appreciate you if you watched the whole video. Hopefully you learned something from it. Like I said, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next. Follow my socials at Tia LeBron and everything like that. And make sure you're drinking your water. And yeah. Have a nice day. Peace.
Tia, what you on?